If you love staying at home, society already decided what's wrong with you. They call you antisocial, lazy, wasting your life. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Some brains are not designed for constant noise, people, and stimulation. Friday night, 8 p.m. Your phone buzzes. Want to grab drinks? You look at your couch, your book, the silence. And without hesitation, you type, maybe next time. Not because you're sad, not because you're lonely, but because staying home feels right. Meet Mary. Mary is successful, mentally sharp, emotionally stable. She hasn't left her house for anything non-essential in 3 weeks, and she's thriving. Yet if you asked most people, they'd say something is wrong with her. Here's what they don't understand. People who love staying home aren't avoiding life. They're responding to how their nervous system is wired. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 5 psychological reasons some people genuinely prefer staying home, and why this preference is often a sign of mental efficiency, not weakness. But first, understand this. In a world addicted to noise, stimulation, and constant availability, choosing solitude isn't antisocial. It's adaptive. Let's start with the first reason. Reason number 1. Your brain processes too much, too fast. Here's what most people get wrong about people like Mary. They think she dislikes people. She doesn't. Her brain just doesn't filter stimulation the way most brains do. Roughly 15 to 20% of people are wired with a high-sensitivity nervous system. Their brains process more information per second. Let me show you what this looks like. Saturday morning. Mary meets a friend at a coffee shop. Within 10 minutes, her nervous system is already working overtime. The espresso machine hissing, conversations overlapping, chairs scraping, lights buzzing, music playing, her friend talking. Most people's brains tune this out. Mary's doesn't. It takes everything in, simultaneously. This isn't anxiety, it's overprocessing. Her brain is doing more work than everyone else's and burning energy faster because of it. After 30 minutes, she's drained. Not bored, not offended, exhausted. She goes home, and something immediate happens. Her shoulders drop, her breathing slows, her mind quiets. People like Mary have nervous systems that absorb stimulation instead of filtering it. They feel environments, not just exist in them. That's why loud rooms feel aggressive, crowds feel invasive, and silence feels like relief. She's not avoiding people. She's avoiding overstimulation. For her brain, staying home isn't withdrawal, it's recovery. If you are new to Mind Decode, welcome. We are breaking down the psychology of your life. Hit subscribe, and let's decode why you love staying home. Reason number 2. Introversion is brain wiring, not a flaw. Society treats introversion like a habit you're supposed to grow out of. But introversion isn't behavior, it's biology. Mary doesn't stay home because she's shy. She stays home because her brain runs on a different energy system. In brain imaging studies, researchers discovered something critical. Introverts show higher activity in the frontal lobes, the regions responsible for thinking, planning, and internal processing. Extroverts' brains light up in areas tied to sensory input and external reward. Extroverts are energized by what's happening around them. Introverts are energized by what's happening inside them. Last month, Mary attended a work party. She talked, she laughed, she contributed. She even enjoyed herself. Her coworkers said, "You're so fun. You should come out more." What they didn't see came afterward. When Mary got home, she wasn't relaxed. She was drained. Neurologically, introverted brains rely more on acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter linked to calm focus and internal reward. Extroverted brains rely more on dopamine, the chemical of novelty and external excitement. Dopamine seeks more. Acetylcholine seeks depth. So while others recharge through noise and people, Mary recharges through silence and solitude. Enjoyment does not equal energy. This is what society misunderstands. Introverts don't hate people. They just pay a higher neurological cost for interaction. Home isn't where Mary hides. It's where her brain finally switches from output mode to recovery mode. Reason number 3. Staying home protects mental energy. Here's something Mary understood long before she could explain it. Every time she goes out, she comes back mentally empty. Your brain has a limited amount of decision-making energy each day. Psychologists call this decision fatigue. The average person makes more than 35,000 decisions daily. Watch what happens when Mary leaves her house. What time should I leave? Which route? Where do I park? What should I order? When do I speak? Each question seems small, but each one withdraws energy from the same mental account. By the end of the night, Mary hasn't just socialized. She's made thousands of micro-decisions. Her mental battery is gone. Now compare that to staying home. Same meal, same seat, same routine. Almost no decisions required. Her brain finally stops choosing and starts recovering. People who love staying home aren't avoiding effort. They're conserving cognitive resources. Mary uses her mental energy where it actually matters. Her work, her creativity, her relationships that count. Staying home isn't laziness. It's strategic energy management. Reason number 4. Control calms the nervous system. Most people think Mary stays home because she's afraid of the outside world. That's wrong. She stays home because uncertainty exhausts her nervous system. When Mary is outside, nothing is fully predictable. Traffic might stick. Plans might change. The restaurant might be loud. Each unknown keeps her brain on alert. Her amygdala, the brain's threat detector, stays slightly activated all day. Low-grade vigilance. And that constant vigilance has a cost. By evening, Mary isn't tired from doing too much. She's tired from monitoring too much. Now watch what happens when she gets home. The temperature is set. Lighting is right. The noise level is controlled. Within minutes, her body changes. Her breathing slows. Her shoulders drop. Her thoughts stop racing. That's not comfort seeking. That's nervous system regulation. Society praises getting out of your comfort zone, but comfort zones exist for a reason. For people like Mary, control isn't weakness. It's how the brain restores balance. Home isn't a prison. It's the only environment where her nervous system fully turns off threat detection. That's not avoidance. That's self-regulation. Reason number 5. Deep work requires solitude. Here's the part nobody likes to admit. The most valuable work is not done in groups, it's done alone. At the office, constant interruptions, small talk, meetings that add nothing, 8 hours present, maybe 3 hours productive. Now compare that to working from home. No interruptions, no social friction, total focus. In 3 hours, Mary produces what takes an entire workday elsewhere. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi found that flow states, the condition where deep, meaningful work happens, require long, uninterrupted blocks of focus. Social environments destroy those blocks. History confirms this. Isaac Newton developed calculus in isolation. Bill Gates famously disappears for solo think weeks. Mary realized something critical. When she's alone, her mind sharpens. When she's surrounded, it fragments. So she protects solitude. Not because she's antisocial, because solitude is where her value multiplies. The dark side. Warning. Preference versus avoidance. Now we need to make something very clear. Loving solitude is not the same as hiding from life. Healthy homebodies choose solitude because it regulates their nervous system. They still maintain relationships. They still pursue goals. They feel content, not trapped. But there is an unhealthy version. If you want to go out but fear stops you, that's not preference. If isolation is driven by anxiety or depression, that's not self-knowledge. If your world is shrinking and your relationships are decaying, that's not self-care, that's avoidance. Here's the simplest test. Ask yourself one question. Do I feel peaceful at home or do I feel stuck? Peace means your nervous system is recovering. Stuck means something is wrong. Mary thrives in solitude. She grows, she creates, she connects on her terms. If you are suffering in isolation instead of recharging in it, that's a different situation entirely. And it deserves support, not justification. This video explains preference. It does not excuse withdrawal. Conclusion. You were never broken. So here's the truth most people never hear. If you love staying home, you're not antisocial, you're not lazy, you're not defective. Your brain simply works differently. Society is optimized for stimulation, speed, and constant interaction. But 30 to 50% of people are introverted. You are not the exception. You are just quieter. Mary didn't need to get out more. She needed to stop apologizing for who she is. Solitude isn't weakness. It's where many people think clearly, work deeply, and live honestly. As Albert Camus once said, in order to understand the world, one has to turn away from it on occasion. Some of the most influential minds in history sought solitude, not because they hated people, but because they understood themselves. If this video finally put words to something you've always felt, hit like and subscribe to Mind Decode. Share this with someone who keeps trying to drag you out. Until next time, keep decoding your mind. Whether you recharge at home or out in the world, both are valid.